Hello, fellow listener. If you remember me from last time, I talked about the economical successes from the Transcontinental Railroad. And now, to turn tides here, I'm here to give you a look into our next educational session, the Transcontinental Railroad's impacts on the Native Americans. First up, we got the good. As you can see in this photo, this tribe, known as the Pawnee, of all plain tribes, these were the most welcoming tribe as they helped build the Transcontinental Railroad. Having the greatest presence on the line, they were friendly to the American government, the railroad workers, and the Union Pacific Company. And with this friendliness, they welcomed them to their lands with no harm done. And for this kindness, the Union Pacific Railroad Company offered the Pawnee tribe people to have free passage on its work and passenger trains, which the tribesmen gladly accepted. In exchange, they staged mock raids and battles for visiting dignitaries of UP Executive Thomas C. Durant's lavish 100 Meridian excursion party under Army Major Frank North. A unified battalion of 800 Pawnee men patrolled the railroad to protect crews, livestock from the Soy Native American raiders. Their presence deterred was quite effective, though, since it really helped keep the attackers at bay. Now, with having been the good, let's move on to the unfortunate side, the bad. In this section of The Bad, we will be talking about the incidents that happened along the railroad that were certainly not good. Starting in August of 1867, a Cheyenne raiding party decided it would be a good idea to attempt to derail a train. Now what they did was stick a log across the rails and succeeded of actually overturning a handcar. Not a train, but a handcar. It ended up killing all its crew of repairmen, but a man named William Thompson made it out alive, with the exception of also being shot and scalped. Ugh. But lived to end up actually telling the tale after he traveled back to Omaha, Nebraska, with his scalp in a pail of water by his side, from what history says it as. Most of this combat and stuff would most likely occur due to the hunting and mass killing of all the bison that all the hungry workers were proceeding to hunt, which would leave the plains tribes to have nothing much to eat besides whatever crops they may have grown at the time. With having said that, it's time for our final talk of the day. This is the What many people don't really talk about in the Transcontinental Railroad's history is the amount of massive massacres and slaughters that ended up happening in this time zone. So buckle up for a little old trip. This is going to be a big one. This one that we're going to be talking about is known as the Slaughter on the Bozeman Trail, an event that happened in 1866 that changed your Sherman's attitude and ended up putting the fear in the hearts of railroad workers. And it did occur away from the rail line now, in the plains, in the Platte Valley, but, keyword but, these happened when a garrison led by arrogant Captain William J. Fetterman, who had boasted that he could lick an entire Soy tribe with just 80 men, turned out to be a load of crap. When he left a superior officer, Fetterman told 3 times not to engage, but he ignored the orders, and the Indian decoys led their pursuers into a waiting mass of Cheyenne, Red Cloud, Oglala, and the Soy. I probably just butchered a name or two, but not a single soldier survived. And that went to the extermination of men, women, and children that would happen in the near future when when the Army did do something, but this would include the westward progress would suffice to force Native Americans from their plains. I hope you had ended up learning a thing or two in this short, sweet, and yet sour little podcast I have decided to do. I hope you've learned something from this. Time to see y'all in the next one. Maybe. Maybe yes, maybe so. I don't know. See y'all.